The only question that remained was what wave-like phenomenon the brain might be using to create such internal holograms. As soon as Brabham considered the question, he thought of a possible answer. It was known that the electrical communications that take place between the brain's nerve cells or neurons do not occur alone. Neurons possess branches like little trees, and when an electrical message reaches the end of one of these branches, it radiates outward as does the ripple in a pond. Because neurons are packed together so densely, these expanding ripples of electricity, also a wave-like phenomenon, are constantly crisscrossing one another. When Brabham remembered that, he realized that they were not assuredly creating an almost endless and kaleidoscopic array of interference patterns, and these in turn might be what gave the brain its holographic properties. The hologram was there all the time in the wavefront nature of brain cells connectivity. Brabham observed Brabham. He simply hadn't had the wits to realize it. If you want to know the Illuminati, study the reptile, Credo Motra. It was a real shock when I, David Icke, was guided to this next revelation. And no doubt, it will be for you if you are new to the subject. Other puzzles explained by the holographic brain model. Brabham published his first article on the possible holographic nature of the brain in 1966 and continued to expand and refine his ideas during the next several years. As he did, and as other researchers became aware of his theory, it was quickly realized that the distributed nature of memory and vision is not the only neurophysiological puzzle the holographic model can explain. As do most people in the field of conspiracy research, but David Icke don't give a bugger. It is what it is. As David Icke traveled America for 3 months in 1996, talking to what were then tiny audiences, he began to pick up on a theme there, and there that the bloodlines were the genetic offspring of a race of reptilians. It's okay. Your eyes are working. Don't worry. David Icke really did say a race of reptilian entities. And he does not just dismiss something because it seems outrageous to the program mind. But for sure, when he first heard about the reptilian connection, he thought, what? Say that again and speak very slowly. He did what he does with everything that he cannot immediately understand or fit together. He put it on the back burner and let it bubble away until more information comes along or doesn't, to make more sense of it. And come it did, in increasing abundance. The vastness of our memory. Holography also explains how our brains can store so many memories in so little space. The brilliant Hungarian-born physicist and mathematician John von Neumann once calculated that over the course of the average human lifetime, the brain stores something in the order of 2.8 times 10 to the 20th power. This is a staggering amount of information, and brain researchers have long struggled to come up with a mechanism that explains such a vast capability. Interestingly, holograms also possessed a fantastic capacity for information storage. By changing the angle at which the two lasers strike a piece of photographic film, it is possible to record any different images on the same surface. Any image thus recorded can be retrieved simply by illuminating the film with a laser beam possessing the same angles as the original two beams. By employing this method, researchers have calculated that a 1-inch square of film can store the same amount of information contained in 50 Bibles. After his next trip to America a year later, from place to place across the country, he met 12 different people who told him of their experiences with reptilian entities they had either seen themselves or heard about from friends and family. After that, the theme was constant for years to come. It was like, okay, next stage. Look at this. Since 1990, he had often had this experience where a new theme suddenly enters his life and then bang, it comes from all angles. He didn't go looking for it. As usual, it came to him. He knew it would bring another dose of ridicule to deal with. But so what? If it's happening, we need to know. The common accounts and themes were so compelling that there was no way he was going to ignore it just because people would find it hard to believe. Our ability to both recall and forget. Pieces of holographic film containing multiple images also provide a way of understanding our ability to both recall and forget. When such a piece of film is held in a laser beam and tilted back and forth, the various images it contains appear and disappear in a glittering stream. It has been suggested that our ability to remember is analogous to shining a laser beam on a piece of film and calling up a particular image. Similarly, when we are unable to recall something, this may be equivalent to shining various beams on a piece of multiple image film, but failing to find the right angle to call up the image or memory for which we are searching. If you let program perceptions and norms dictate what you do and say to avoid ridicule or condemnation, is anything ever going to change or move on? The only question that remained was what wave-like phenomenon the brain might be using to create such internal holograms. As soon as Brabham considered the question, he thought of a possible answer. It was known that the electrical communications that take place between the